what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now this is the fourth film in the rebooted Planet of the Apes franchise, because you know the previous film was War for the Planet of the Apes, whereas this particular film is set 300 years after the events of that particular film that dealt with like Caesar and so on. Now this time it's directed by Wes Ball, and again this is like a standalone film and supposedly a start of like a new trilogy of like 8 films that take place after War for the Planet of the Apes. Now like I mentioned before, this is like 300 years after the events of that previous film, and it deals with like a ape known as Noah, who is voiced by Owen Teague, I think that's how you pronounce it. And he's actually like who the film really focuses on a lot. Then you also have like this woman known as Nova, and she's played by Freya Allen. So she's like a woman in the film that's kind of a big part of this film too as well. Now I thought this film was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I thought it had like a slow start. Like when it comes on, it seems like it has like a slow type of start. But I still, in the end, enjoyed it. I thought it had some cool action sequences. Like, and from my opinion, like the visual effects in the film, I'm hearing that some people think they were pretty good. I'm hearing that there are like mixed reactions for this particular film. I've even seen like the reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes. I'm seeing like the percentage on that. It seems like it's okay now. I think it has like grew. But I'm hearing about what people think about the visuals and so on. But I personally believe that the visuals could have probably been better in the film, but I still thought they looked like pretty decent. But like I said, the action scenes were pretty good. I thought some of like the characters that were in the film were like pretty interesting. Some of the characters that I really did like weren't in the film that much, and I won't spoil it, you know. But some of the characters I thought really were like hilarious, or did provide like a lot of comic relief, or were just pretty good in the film. It seemed like their role weren't that long in the film, but I'm not going to spoil like which characters I thought there were and so on. But in that, the film itself is about like the ape known as Noah going on this journey to, I guess you could say, seek vengeance at one point. He's trying to find out what happened to like his own ape clan. They have trained birds that they have come to them and land like on their arm. Because Noah does a lot throughout the film. He has like a bird come and like land on his arm because they're trained. Because when the film opens, you get to see him like with his fellow like chimpanzees, like fellow apes, climbing up like a mountain to like take eggs from like these birds. And you can see right there that he's like a good climber. He has climbing skills and so on, which he will use like later in the film. But eventually, like his clan is attacked by other like apes, and these are like the apes, I guess you could say, that are like the antagonists of the film. They do have like a leader, you know, who shows up in the film. Now I must admit, and his name is known as Approximate Caesar, because he preaches like the word of Caesar and everything like that. But at one point you could tell he's like taking Caesar's like wisdom and words from the past and like twisting it and doing like kind of like evil type things with it. Now his point of view at times does seem kind of right, because he's kind of like, he says that humans are like bad, you shouldn't trust humans and all that. So that kind of stuff seems kind of good. And at the same time, he's trying to bring all his apes together so they can, you know, I guess you could say like live a good world or something like that. So he does have like kind of like a good point of view to certain things he says, but you can still tell that he is like really like the antagonist, like the villain of the film. And I must admit, I feel like his screen time, he does show up kind of about, it seems like during like the end of the second act. It doesn't look like he's really in the film that much, and he's known as Approximate Caesar, and he's played by Kevin Durant. But like I said, it does seem like he had a lot of screen time. When he's there, he does have like a lot of presence, like the strong presence. You can tell he's like a good villain, but it just feels like he wasn't really in the film that much, from my opinion. Like his screen time was kind of short, from my opinion. But there's also like other characters too, like Rocco, and he's like this wise like orangutan who shows up, you know, and he helps like Noah on his journey and so on. I thought he was kind of like funny, like provided hilarious moments, and he actually gave Noah like a lot of information on what Caesar really was about, like, because Noah didn't even know anything about Caesar, so he found out about Caesar through Rocco. So I thought that was pretty cool, like their chemistry that they had. Plus that's when Nova shows up too, the one played by her favorite, like the human girl. That's when she shows up, because throughout the film, and this is spoiler territory, she's constantly like following Noah, like stealing like his supplies and everything. And the apes already think that the humans are like under them, you know. They think they're just like downward, like, you know, they're not like I guess you could say like superior like them. But eventually Noah learns about what the humans had did like in the past, how they were vastly superior to the apes, and how there was like supposedly a virus that caused like the humans to lose like their intelligence, and like in the apes to gain intelligence and like take over. So all that is explained throughout the film from Rocco. Like Rocco explains that to like Caesar. And like I said, eventually like there's they're learning about like Nova going into this guy thing. They kind of showed us like in the trailers. It turns out that she can talk and so on and everything, and so they learn about her, and she knows about certain things, and then she's there to help them and everything like that. But they do all, I guess you could say what the bulk of the film is about. It's like different like arcs in the film. You can tell like Nova, because she really does have like another name. She's like on a journey to stop the Apes from like, see if I go into that kind of spoiler, but like stop the Apes from like taking like the human technology that's like hidden like in this vault, because that's what Proximus Caesar, that's what he's actually after. He's actually after this vault that's located in this area where like all his apes, where his clan is like residing at. It's like around this big place like known with like a lot of like ships like crashed or whatever, and that's where they're living at, around these ships, and he's trying to break into this vault, and he doesn't know exactly what's in there, but apparently as the film goes on, this is spoiler territory, it's like military type technology, like weapons and like tanks and all that kind of stuff, even like this data type disk that Nova needs to take back to like the human civilization. So I just leave it at that. But that is spoiler territory. But at the same time, you have Noah, who's trying to seek, he's not really vengeance, he's just trying to find out what happened to his clan, because his father was killed and his clan of apes were like taken away by Proximus Caesar. So that's basically what he's actually on a journey for too as well. So it's like different like story arcs. Like they all have their own thing that they're doing. Now you also have William H. Macy in the film too as well. He plays Trevorthon, I think that's how you pronounce it. And he's like this human who's actually a part of Proximus Caesar's like clan. He's like their chief advisor, and he teaches them like about human history, about, you know, like because you know that the Proximus Caesar is very interested like in the past, like about Caesar and how intelligent and how superior the humans were to the apes and stuff like that. So his character is kind of interesting too, when he does show up in the film too as well. That's another one I believe didn't really have like a lot of screen time, but they're like there though, you know, so they do have like screen time. Overall, I thought the characters and all that like, it was still entertaining film. It felt like it had like a slow start when it started, but it was still pretty entertaining. But there's like other apes I want to touch on, like Suna. Now she's like a female chimpanzee, and you can tell that she's Noah's like love interest. Then you also have Anaya, and he's like a male chimpanzee, and he's like Noah's best friend. Because at one point the film does focus on like on that trio, like I told you, they're the ones that the film opens with, like with them climbing the mountain to get like the bird eggs. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Then you also have like they really about the only ones, and it's only like a couple of humans like in the film. You know, most of the humans that are in the film, they are like mute, and you know they're not really intelligent because of the virus. But I like how you can see like the civilization has like steady like degrading. You can see like buildings all covered with like fauna, like in forests and like bushes and trees, like bridges all tore up. You see like light poles, like abandoned cities, all like they had went down. I think that's pretty cool. Like the futuristic type feel of the film, being it's like an apocalyptic world, you know, because like the apes that took over and everything's like going like degrading down. I think that's pretty cool how they're keeping that going. And apparently it's going to be like 2 more films like in this new trilogy, and I'm hearing like another trilogy too, like another. I'm hearing they're planning on doing like 9 films now after like the War for the Planet of the Apes. So apparently it should be 5 more of these films if they continue to be like a success. But in the end of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I thought it was a pretty solid film. I enjoyed it. I'm giving this a B-, and I would definitely recommend it for fans of like the rebooted Planet of the Apes like franchise. And it's like a strong like emphasis like on Caesar and like what he did throughout the film. You would definitely know about Caesar, especially if you didn't see like the other ones. I have seen all of them, even like the ones like from like the past. But if you didn't really know about Caesar, they really like stress it like him a lot throughout the film. You hear like a lot about Caesar this, Caesar that, Caesar this. It really is a lot, you know. You can tell it really just building like his presence, like, you know, within this rebooted franchise. But yeah, I'm giving this a B-. So this is my review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.